After my surgery, I discovered the ugliest truth about the woman I thought I would spend forever with. My fiancé didn't know I was awake when she exposed everything: the betrayal, the greed, the lies. She thought the anesthesia still had me under. But I was wide awake, paralyzed, and forced to listen as she planned a future without me. Rachel and I had been together for 4 years, engaged for 1. Through all my struggles with chronic back problems, she stood by me, or at least that's what I believed. When my neurosurgeon finally recommended spinal fusion, Rachel was there. She drove me to the hospital, held my hand in pre-op, and her face was the last one I saw before the anesthesia pulled me under. It should have been comforting, but that moment would soon become a memory laced with bitterness. Here's the thing about me: I react strangely to anesthesia. I regain consciousness quicker than most, but my body lags behind. My mind wakes up while my muscles stay frozen, leaving me trapped in silence. And that's how I found myself half awake in recovery. Maybe 30 minutes after surgery. My eyes stayed shut, my breathing slow and steady, but I could hear every word spoken around me. That's when I heard her voice, Rachel's voice, soft but sharp with irritation. "He's still out," she told someone. Moments later, another voice joined hers. Ally, her best friend. "How did it go?" Ally asked. Rachel sighed, not with relief but with annoyance. "Fine, I guess. The doctor said no heavy lifting for 8 weeks. I'm stuck playing nurse when I could be with James." James. The name punched through me like an electric shock. Who the hell was James? Ally's voice dropped to a whisper. "Then why not just leave?" Rachel paused, her words slicing deeper than any scalpel ever could. "We're not married yet. His parents are adding me to their will next month. You know how rich they are. His dad's health isn't great. I just need to stick it out a little longer. My parents. My father, who built a construction company with his bare hands. My mother, who poured her soul into teaching for 30 years. They welcomed Rachel with open arms, treated her like their own daughter, and even insisted on paying for our wedding. And here she was, calculating their deaths like she was balancing a checkbook. That's cold, even for you." Ally muttered. "It's practical," Rachel said flatly. 4 years pretending to care about his football talk and his boring family dinners. And now I'm expected to wipe his nose for 2 months. No, thanks. Once his dad's gone and everything's legal, James and I will live the life we actually want. James knows the plan. For now, he can just have his fun. They were discussing my father's death, my life, my family, all reduced to strategy. "What if Mike wakes up and hears you?" Ally asked. Rachel laughed. "Cold, cruel, confident. Please. They pump him so full of drugs. He's lucky to remember his name. Besides, he trusts me completely. It's almost too easy." That laugh nearly broke me. But instead of showing my hand, I stayed perfectly still. When a nurse came to check my vitals, I played my role, blinking slowly, groaning like I was freshly awake. Rachel rushed to my side instantly, her voice sugary sweet. "Hey, babe, everything went great. How are you feeling?" "Tired," I mumbled. "I'm right here. I'll take good care of you." The performance was flawless. To anyone else, she looked like the perfect fiancé. But I knew everything. As soon as visiting hours ended and Rachel kissed my forehead goodnight, I waited until she was gone and reached for my phone. My hands trembled as I called my parents. "Come immediately. I'm okay. But you need to hear this." The urgency in my voice brought them within half an hour. When I told them what I'd overheard, about James, the will, the disgusting conversation about my father's death, my mother's face went pale, and my father's jaw clenched with fury. That night, we moved like soldiers on a mission. My friend Eric packed all of Rachel's belongings into a storage unit. A locksmith changed the locks on my apartment before midnight. My father's attorney drafted the paperwork to strike Rachel from every single estate document. My mother called her parents, who were horrified by what they heard. And then I texted Rachel, "Change of plans. My parents are taking me home tomorrow. Don't come to the hospital." Her reply came quick, laced with fake sweetness. "Don't be silly, babe. I'll be there at 9 o'clock. I didn't respond. The next morning, my parents discharged me at 8:15. At 9:07, Rachel called. I ignored it. By 10 o'clock, she had called 12 times and sent 23 desperate texts. "Where are you? You're scaring me." No, I wasn't scaring her. What terrified her was losing her golden ticket. For 3 days, she spiraled. She camped outside my apartment until building management forced her off the property. She lingered in the hospital parking lot, begging nurses for updates, only to be told I wasn't there. She looked everywhere except the one place that mattered, inside herself. Finally, my father's attorney sent her an official letter. It outlined everything: the recovery room conversation, the storage unit where her belongings waited, and at the bottom, a note from me. "Rachel, you wasted days looking for me in all the wrong places. Just like I wasted years looking for love in the wrong person. The difference is, I've learned my lesson. Give my regards to James. The courier said she read it in her car. She just sat there afterward, her head resting on the steering wheel. And for the first time in years, I felt free.